Hello, my name is JacksonVickery, and I will be giving a presentation on how to tweet with a purpose. How many 18-year-olds do you know that are starting their own business? That's the same question I've been asking myself all of last year. You see, I was sitting on my couch around Christmas time, and I was on Twitter, and I was simply thinking to myself, wouldn't it be interesting if I started my own business? Now, that's a pretty lofty goal for an 18-year-old, but I said, why not? It could be something really cool and interesting. But the biggest question I was having was, what was the site going to be about? I mean, I've had plenty of ideas go through my head during my life about what a small business could be. But I decided to settle in on music and entertainment news. The three main reasons for doing this were from my love of music. I wanted to do something that was out of my comfort zone, and it could become something really big if I put the time and effort into it. With all this being said, I decided to put this idea that I had into my head into action. So in January of this year, I decided to start Pop Culture Daily. When I had started out, I wanted it to be a music and entertainment news site like JustJared.com, Wrap Up, or Billboard. Although these were lofty goals, I knew that I wanted to expand it one day to be a fully operating website. But I had to start somewhere. I turned to Twitter. According to Twitter's page, Twitter is home to more than 241 million active users. This seemed like the perfect place to get the ball rolling on Pop Culture Daily. However, it may have seemed like fun and games when I started, but when I set up my Pop Culture Daily account, I had to make sure I did the right steps for it. I'm going to start by informing you how to make a safe and secure account for small businesses on Twitter. Here's how you'll set up and start your own Twitter account. According to the business section of Twitter, when you're choosing a password, make sure it has at least 10 characters, which include upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. You should also make sure you don't have a password that's connected to another account. When picking a username, be creative, but make sure it pertains to the business. And just a small hint, when they ask you to put your email into the site, make another account so you can send the junk there. When picking your logo, you definitely don't want to have the stereotypical egg that every new user starts out with. You should use the logo of your business to make it the most professional. However, I don't have a logo for my business yet, so I created my own collage that will hopefully turn into its own logo this summer. When you're choosing the way you want to design your profile, you should keep three things in mind. Make it simple and clean, make it memorable, and keep in mind that it will be the first thing that someone sees when they view your page. I decided to model mine after Wrap Up and Just Jared's Twitter page. After you've perfected the aesthetics of your page, it's time for you to get some followers. The simplest way to start would be in the Who to Follow section. Twitter makes this by creating a list based off a few of your interests. One night when I started Pop Culture Daily, I decided to go to the site, and I just decided to click about 50 to 60 accounts that pertain to my subject. So the Who to Follow section was perfect. But once you've done that, it's time to tweet. It may seem like somewhat of a daunting thing at first because you may not know what to say. According to Digital Marketing Ramblings, there are close to 250 million active users on Twitter, so there's bound to be someone interested in what you're saying. It may take a little while to get used to, but you will catch up very quickly. Once you start tweeting, the next thing you will want to do is focus on gaining and maintaining your followers. I had plenty of struggles when it comes to gaining and maintaining followers. One week I'll go and get 10 to 20 followers, but then the next week I'll lose all the followers I got and I'll have to start completely over. And that makes me question the tweets I'm sending out and the things that I need to do, but that's normal. Everyone goes through that when you're setting up an account. There are two main ways that you can gain Twitter followers. There's the right way and what I like to call the cheating way. The cheating way can simply start with some hashtags. By putting in hashtags team follow back and auto follow, you can get a lot of attention to your page. It is definitely a quick and easy way to get followers, but it usually turns out to be a lot of fake accounts. Another way you can gain followers by cheating is by buying followers from different sites. These sites include buyrealmarketing.com and fastfollowers.com. By paying a decent amount of money, you can gain a decent amount of followers in a short amount of time, but this is a huge way to lose your credibility. However, there is a right way to get your followers, in my opinion. That is by simply using some different types of hashtags. Hashtags are the universal language of Twitter. This is a way that millions of different people and businesses can connect. By simply looking at the worldwide trends, you're opening up a lot of doors for a new conversation, which means new followers. Another way to gain followers is by following your followers' followers. By following your followers' followers, you open your horizons to people that share the same interests as you. It's also a great way to network. You can also gain followers by tweeting at people who have large followings on Twitter. I do this on a daily basis, and I've gotten favorites and retweets from people like DJ Cassidy, Jed Apatow, Icon of Pop, and even Found Tonight. It may be difficult, but the reward can really pay off by getting new followers. I definitely saw that when that happened to me. Lastly, you can use various sites and apps to schedule and organize your tweets. Some sites include Hootsuite, Social Oomph, TweetPie, and Spreadfast. Some are free, but they're definitely worth the investment. I've just started using Hootsuite, and it's working wonders for me. Although these are just a few of the suggestions I have on how you can increase your following, there are plenty of other tactics you can use to gain your following. It's hard to believe that I only started Pop Culture Daily a few months ago. It has been something that has made me extremely proud that I have seen grow. There are times when I feel frustrated about the process, but it's definitely been worth it to see the small business I have started. Hopefully in time I can expand Pop Culture Daily to other social media sites and possibly its own website. I think anyone is capable of starting their own business. They just have to have the patience and the drive.